Hello and welcome to this English episode of the best game I ever had in Apex Legends! It's amazing! Not my personal best game, but the best game overall with the team and the fun I had. Very early in the match I picked up a golden P20 and I don't really like the P20 much, but the golden one is really nice because it's not as inaccurate as a R99 and it does a lot of damage, and I think you can shoot it for longer. The magazine size holds for longer when firing at opponents because you don't auto-fire, you have to click every single shot. And I also would like to add some excuses in the beginning. I changed my mouse DPI yesterday, so the sensitivity was a bit weird and I needed to get used to it. It was like the third game I did with a new sensitivity, so a lot of the shots are not on point. But I still had fun. Later in the game I also picked up a golden FLATLINE. I'm not a big fan of the FLATLINE either. I mean, it's okay, it's a good automatic rifle, but I like the carbine more, the Havoc. So I almost never use the FLATLINE unless I get a golden one, of course, or I can't find anything else. Here you can see my squad finished the opponents. I was a little bit stuck at the door there and I thought the guy that came out of the door was a teammate, but it turned out that it was an opponent and all my teammates had already left. They moved very quickly, so I had a hard time being 100 years old. I couldn't follow them very well, but I tried. I mean, give me a break. And it's also quite nice to see the Lifeline put healing pots up every single time somebody was weak. So I recorded this in 2-minute steps, so this is a small step forward. I didn't record the entire game, but like 80% of it or something. So you can see finish this guy, and I thought the Lifeline was still inside the building, but somehow she got around on the other side, so she finished me, or knocked me while I tried to finish the other guy because I needed a new shield. I didn't want to use a shield battery. But, yeah, serves me right for trying to kill the guy and loot him. So here I'm again using the Lifeline healing pot, but my teammates are struggling a bit, so I move inside and then the entire enemy squad is already dead. This is a very fast game, probably the fastest game I ever had. I'm not sure though. Maybe in the very beginning of Apex Legends I started to play when it came out and then stopped for 3 years. Maybe then I had faster games. Not certain, but it was a very fast game. I wasn't even aware of being the last 2 squads or anything. I just kept rushing because my setup with the FLATLINE and the P2020 there was only rushing with the Pathfinder. Like, you can't play it on distance with this gear. And also my team was quite on the rushing side, so I decided to just rush. And I didn't even load up shield cells a lot of the times because I thought my teammates have full shields. Either I do lots of damage on the opponents and then my teammates can finish them, or I finish them myself. It's better than regenning your shields and your health every single time, because it takes a lot of time and then your teammates might be weak and you move in against 3 opponents, and that's not the best strat in my opinion. Also, it doesn't really make a difference if you have like 30 or 40 HP more. If the opponents shoot at your teammates, you won't even get a single shot fired at you. So you can basically rush in with 10 HP and maybe kill the entire squad from the second line of fire. So here again I don't have shields, but I move in to try to protect my teammate. He's already knocked the Lifeline, unfortunately. So now I move back, but the other Pathfinder crappled upwards. And I won't revive him just yet because the sound cues in Apex are just a little bit insane. So every time you try to revive somebody, they will instantly rush you and kill you. So you have to finish up the opponents, especially if they are very close. If they are far away and you cover in a building or something and block the door, you can of course revive your teammates, but other than that, yeah, I'm rushing with the P2020, and as you can see, if you land your shots and your aiming is on point, at a close distance, it's a very good gun. And here I tagged the golden flatline because I don't really like flatlines, but then I thought my equipment for the... What did I have? A Havoc? No, the Hemlock, yeah. Wasn't the best, so I would rather take the fully equipped flatline than a half-equipped Hemlock. I really like the Hemlock because it also does burst fire and your magazine holds quite a while. And it is way more accurate, even in close combat, than either the flatline or the carbine. So if you can manage to hit your mouse button multiple times, then it's a better weapon. In my opinion, I'm not a pro, not really good, and I just started playing again 2 weeks ago. But I like the Hemlock better than the flatline or carbine. Flatline and carbine are easier to use, but I think the Hemlock is overall better weapon, especially on range, because then the recoil control on carbine and flatline is really hard to do. Whereas the Hemlock, if you burst fire, it's really... There's almost no recoil. Almost none. So my grapple doesn't work. Here I move up in front of my teammates because one is weak. Try to protect them. Shooting at the opponents basically to not make them move, and then I knocked one and then I just moved in. Because the other guy was kinda weak too. And I still have 2 shield parts loaded up, which is good enough. Basically white shield. And I saw the lifeline drop down, and I followed her and I didn't see her, but I think she was there. And here we had sound cues on another team pushing from the back. And as you can see in the top right corner, it's already the last team. I wasn't aware of it at that time. I just thought there was another team trying to clean up from our back. So, seeing the lifeline pushing forward and shooting, I just loaded up some shield cells. And once she moves forward, I moved forward as well. Which is pretty important to have some team play and play together. And if somebody pushes, just keep pushing with them. And here you can see the P2020. I mean, he was almost one shot. And the other guy I knocked. And there's only one more. And I try to keep tagging the movement of the last opponent, just in case somebody is healing and cover or not looking at it, or is confused where the opponent is. Just keep tagging them. It can help your teammates out a lot. So here you can see we won the game, and didn't really use the flatline too much, but the P2020 was amazing. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon.